Hi, I'm Caitlin and I'm doing a book discussion on the seven most important things. So, this signpost is really sad, but it's again and again because Mr. Hampton, also known as Junkman, keeps getting hurt in ways. First, it was Arthur threw a brick at his shoulder area, and he had a cast and he broke a bunch of bones, and then he's from what we know, he's kind of homeless and he pushes around a cart and tries to do these things. We might have already mentioned this, but some of the most important things.
Primary, kindergarten through second grade teachers have a different situation than we do. What specific and general advice can you give these teachers for creating a student-led classroom? Guys, if you just went, let somebody else have a chance unless there's less than 8. Thanks.
Why Arthur has to collect the 7 most important things is because Mr. Hampton was building heaven, because that's what he thinks heaven was for. And so it's just really sad because Arthur didn't know he was building heaven until he went to his next probation, and he went there and the shopping cart wasn't there and there was no list and he couldn't find Mr. Hampton, but he didn't want to ask Ruby Jim again because weirdly he had a customer. And so he walked down the building twice, and then he noticed that the garage door that was always locked on both sides the door was kicked open, and he was actually scared. And so he was armed because he said he didn't have the guts to actually go in by himself, with a piece of wood with a bunch of nails sticking out. And he's ready to go in, and he went in, turned on the light, and he dropped the board immediately when he saw this gorgeous gold and silver ballroom. And then he noticed that everything had wings coming off of it, and that's why Mr. Hampton took Arthur's baseball hat, and that's why he threw the brick, is because it had wings on it. And then he said, I took it for the wings, and the wings were missing off of it, and he put the wings on the throne that Arthur found. It was this red chair with a bunch of golden sculptures on it, kind of, and it was everything that he was collecting. The light bulbs were made into this beautiful chandelier that he made, and he was just noticing how the 7 most important things were for building heaven. And then he heard this moaning sound, and he went over to the corner that was a little dark because the light bulbs hadn't covered that area yet, and he saw Mr. Hampton on the ground, and he was not conscious, kind of. And so he was trying to ask Mr. Hampton what was wrong, what happened, and he was calling in Saint Arthur for saving him again because he was there. Then he had no choice. He's I have to call Ruby Jim no matter what. And so he went to Ruby Jim, and he was he's on the floor. He just had this panic attack, and it was all crazy. And he went to him at the hospital, and Mr. Hampton was a little conscious then, and they helped him a little. And he gave him the keys to the garage, and he said Arthur was to keep collecting the 7 most important things, but not to move anything in the garage because it all had a place in there, and it was for a reason. And so after Mr. Hampton fell asleep, again, he didn't have anyone to call because he was supposed to go with his aunt after his probation, but his aunt had other plans. And his mom was at work, and Barbara was at a neighbor's house, and so the only person, which was the last person we wanted to see right now, who we called was Officer Belly, and she was actually being really nice. She was in a karate outfit because she took Saturday classes in karate, and Miss Officer Billy said that she was going to offer him a burger, so they went to this old diner with no one in it, and the waitress looked like she knew Officer Billy. And after she finished eating, after she finished eating, she said that they had something important to talk about, and what it was that Mr. Hampton is dying of cancer, and Arthur is just completely shocked. It's again and again and again moment because first he got hurt by
You don't have to assign homework tonight
second,
in Lit Circles with the videos going. I think you can just continue where you were the next time.
he has cancer. He's dying of
I
stomach
think you should
cancer.
still do your summaries.
And he
I don't
got
think you should do the
thrown,
reading of
he
pages.
got a brick thrown at his
I'm
shoulder,
sorry for not being
and he
clear.
was
Do
on
you know
the
what
floor.
I mean by that?
He's
I don't think you should
homeless.
have to read
He got
pages
a
to catch up
brick
because
thrown
I
at him.
distracted you.
And he has cancer. That's like the worst of the worst. You can't do that. It's again and again. And it's just so.
Can you just wait
I'm
till you
kind
come
of
here? It's not
that,
and
and it's so like the author is making so much happen. So it's kind of a frustration moment and kind of an again and again. It's.
What was I going to take off?
I think that's it. I'm Caitlin, and this is my discussion on the 7 most
I
important
remember
things
the book.
by
What was I
Shelley
going to do with it?
Kerr. Bye.